Ooh. Welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and leave a 5-star review for the boys on a heater. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. How you doing, Johnny?
You can't see it right now. I don't have any pants on because we are so flippin' hot this week off of a 9 and 10 evening. I had to take my pants off because it's so flippin' hot here on PHNX Bets Daily. But in all seriousness, I'm doing well, Shano.
Are you wearing pants?
I am not, no.
Interesting. Okay. Good start. So yeah, yesterday, very, very good day. I swept the board. Johnny went 4 for 5. All you can really ask for. So let's keep
Is 90% good? I feel like it's good.
Yeah, let's just keep this going. And we'll get over our picks and we'll get right into what our picks are for tonight. So last night, Johnny.
The Nets are the only one that kind of broke it for us.
Yeah.
And that is a robust line. I probably was a little too advantageous with the Nets. They did win the game, but I think they won by like 7. And they don't typically blow people out. I'm so down on the Detroit Pistons. So yeah, it was a 7-point victory at home, but I mean, Mavs taking care of business. That Bucks win. Yes, they won by 2. I felt like that was destined to take place. We love how this Bucks team is playing.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Milwaukee, if you're a fan of the Suns, maybe not so much, but those were 2 for 3, and then the props really were the icing on the cake.
Yeah, the Milwaukee game, I was watching that. I'd placed a parlay a couple days ago, the night before. Yeah, on Monday night, I just was fiending for something. So on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, I took the Thunder live at plus 125 and parlayed it with 2 games the next day. And one of those was Philly, and the other one was the Mavs spread. And yeah, Philly didn't come through, but that game was very fun to watch. And the Mavs game was one of those things where you get the pick in early and then LeBron is out and you're like, okay, there's no way this doesn't hit.
And can we talk about, I was wrong on the show yesterday. I just assumed that the Bucks 76ers was the nationally televised game.
Yeah.
No, it was the Lakers. It was the hot mess dumpster fire. Lakers, can we stop putting the Lakers on national TV?
It's crazy. I don't know if you saw Russell
I went to turn the game on. I don't here in Maricopa, we don't have the capacity with our internet Wi-Fi to get all of the games. I don't have League Pass.
Yeah.
We basically have to hardwire into the ground to even get basic cable. And so I'm like, hell yeah, Bucks 76ers. Nope. The trash Lakers that I have no interest in seeing that aren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Russell Westbrook had an interesting interaction with the media right after the game. I think I sent that to you last night.
Yeah.
He was asked what needs to, or does anything change? He said no. The reporter doubled down and said why, and he was like, well, what do you think needs to change? And the reporter said, you need to win. And he goes, yeah, obviously. And he stood up and kind of tested him, but then he was acting like it was a joke. It was a little weird. I love Russell Westbrook. Like, I'm a big fan of him because he's a superb talent. And when he misses shots, yeah, they're bad, and he takes some bad shots, but he's just a product of what NBA Twitter is, and people get in his head.
Is he though? Because here's what I'll push back on. If I don't take my kids to NBA games, number one, because it's way too expensive, and number two, they're 7 and 2.
Yeah.
But like, if I invested money to watch a team play, yes, I want them to win. But like Russell Westbrook, where I will defend him to the ends of the earth, is he literally plays almost every game, balls to the wall, the entire season. He doesn't sit out and drink wine on the the sideline or the court side or whatever, the sideline. So if I'm investing money before season, I know he's gonna come and perform. Is he a flawed player? Absolutely, but I do not think. I think he's an outlier with a lot of these guys that sit upwards of 10 to 20% of the games.
Yeah, I just like to defend him because NBA Twitter is so toxic and they come at him so hard, and these players are on Twitter, and I just feel bad for him because they're so mean to him. But I've always been a big fan. Regardless, they did not cover the plus 12 last night.
No, they didn't.
The Mavericks absolutely stomped them. So that was good. And then getting into my picks, Bulls -3 was a little bit sweaty. I think they ended up winning by like 10 though. Let me double check. Yeah, they won by 13, but it wasn't like that until like the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. A little scary, but I really liked it. They covered. And then Utah, this was another thing. I posted a clip on Twitter yesterday of me saying Giannis is going to have like 40 and 15. He finished with 40 and 14 on the show.
So you were wrong, man.
Sure. Well, then, but before that, I said he would have 37 and 14. So I was wrong in two different places, and then you combine them.
You're good. I'll give you all the credit for that.
And then I also said yesterday that Utah, the reason why I liked their first half was because the Clippers love going down, and they went down pretty big, and they were down at 25 at one point, and they ended up winning the game. And on the show yesterday, I said they like playing from behind. They might win the game. They did win the game. I listened to my own advice, and I bet them live at +4, like 70 money line, and that hit. So that was fun. And then the over in that Milwaukee game was a little scary too, and then it ended up hitting pretty easily at the end. Especially if that goaltend would have counted as a goaltend. So 3 or 3 on my picks, and then your props, Johnny. Nice little Giannis and Kevin Durant hype.
Well, the Durant one was easy peasy, and I think he ended up with what 30 plus. I think he have 40. You knew that until really he can be selfish until Kyrie comes back. Ben Simmons sure as hell doesn't want to shoot the ball whenever he decides to play. And Seth Curry's actually been a really good fit for that team. But he gets to feast here on the East bottom feeders, and goodness, that he's averaging like 26 on the season, 29 per game against the Pistons this year. So that was easy. And then I just felt like Giannis was going to try to assert his will against Embiid down low. He hit that. I think midway through the fourth quarter, he had 14 total on the night. So felt really good about both those props. First time I've hit both props, and goodness, maybe since the NFL season. So daddy needed this one.
Yeah. Welcome to the club, buddy. That was a fun one. Kevin Durant finished with 41 points. So that was very, very easy. And then this line, I said it yesterday. I just thought it was a little ridiculous. 20.5 points and rebounds for Tobias Harris, who was averaging, I think, 18 and like 7 on the year.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense in a marquee matchup. Like, he's going to get there. He got there in the at the start of the third quarter. Let's see what he finished with. He finished with 22 and 11, like just breezed through it. And then Giannis, we said, he's just a dominant force. We know what he finished with. He finished with 40. So that was an easy, nice 5 for 5 day, 4 for 5 from you, 9 for 10 overall. And we love to see it. So if you want to make some money, hop on the hype train that we're on right now. Choo-choo, we are chugging. Head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. And this weekend, Johnny, we got more basketball, but it's not the NBA. It's the Final Four. You can bet just $5 on any team to win. Get $200 in free bets if they do. Just that easy. But if you're a member already, like most of the people that watch the show are, you can use the DraftKings Sportsbook app still with same-game parlays in college basketball and the NBA. So if you like any of our props today, or the spreads, you can combine them in the same game to get a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you win. Johnny, did you profit a good amount last night on the DraftKings Sportsbook app from our game?
I did. I did profit a fair amount, and I'm using it on my family like a good little boy should. I've cashed out. Cashing out takes sometimes mere minutes, a couple hours. Money's in my bank account last night. Already online shopping with my wife, multiple sales at Target and Overstock. She's dabbling. And then that's what I do. I don't want to call myself a provider, but I am somebody that I do like, like the best of them, like Steve Nash in his prime. I do like to dish out the funds when they're made available, because I have to prove to her that there is worthy time in investing in things like this, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. So next time then, when I take a big egg to the face and go over and lose like I did in the AFC divisional round when you made me bet on Buffalo, I can say, well, remember that time?
Are you ever going to let that go?
A 4 for 5 9 hit on both my props, but no, in all seriousness, nice little cash out on a Tuesday night. What a better way to start the week.
Yep, for sure. Same here. Took my money out. As we said, you can deposit and withdraw cash whenever you want, so it just makes it easy. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use that promo code PHNX. Bet just $5 on any college hoops team to win. And if they do, get $200 in free bets instantly with promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details.
Can I just say something real quick about the men's Final Four? We're gonna have a preview show on Friday as it relates to those two matchups. I want to bet my life savings on UNC because I hate this Duke team, and I hate the propaganda that's going on with Coach K. They show his wife every 2 seconds. I'm over it, but I don't think I can. But I do think I'm going to put a sizable amount of money on Kansas. I think they're going to expose Villanova and the schedule that they played thus far. I think Arizona would have beaten Villanova, but they screwed around against Houston. I need to be talked off putting a sizable amount of money on the Tar Heels just because I like to hate watch Duke.
I think Villanova wins this game. I already locked in at 4.5. I really do.
Oh, damn.
It's just I think Kansas is a little bit fraudulent, but they're good. They're a good
Okay.
team. We got a good Final Four for sure.
We do.
The right teams are in there. I think not the right teams, but no, there's no bad teams. There's no bad teams.
Contenders.
Worthy
Yes.
contenders. Absolutely.
Panera Bread State's not in there.
Yeah, and there's no worthy contenders to the Phoenix Suns really coming up. And tonight, I don't think there's one of them, especially in the state they're in right now. The Warriors host the Suns tonight, and we can host you guys at the Ainsworth if you want to come say hi. Right across the street from the stadium and the fan shop. So come out. It's going to be a really good time. All proceeds go to the Ryan House. So bring cash if you're coming tonight. It's going to be a blast. I will be there. The whole Suns crew will be there. A bunch of PHNX personalities will be there. Are you able to make it out from Maricopa, Johnny?
You know what? It's not looking good for your boy. There is T-ball practice
Goblins. They've trapped you.
The one road leading out of town looks to be closed, which makes us all captive. So I basically have to take back roads on bicycle. But I will be there in spirit.
I'll FaceTime you and we can say hi.
Please do.
All the fans. All right. Well, let's get into our picks for tonight. Johnny, I'll let you go first as always. What do you like tonight?
So we're going to keep this train rolling here. The Nuggets have been one of the most profitable teams to bet on upwards of the last month. Look at the advanced analytics. It supports that. They are going to smack around the Indiana Pacers, who have really kind of fallen off a cliff in the second half. They were feisty in the first half of the season. That I think that number's gone up to like -9.5 now. So if it approaches double digits, you may want to pump the brakes. But if you can get it at 9.5, I would say book it. I also think the Celtics play a Heat team that looks much like the Arizona Cardinals. They were a first half team. They've now lost 4 of 5. I think they're fraudulent. I think they're running out of gas. And then, you know how I love me some Jason Tatum. Let's do it. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown at home. I think they crush the Heat in the process of really solidifying themselves with Brooklyn as the top 2 teams. And, you know, Milwaukee, of course. The Eastern Conference is going to be hella fun. I know we talked about it yesterday, but the West is what it is. It's the Suns and everybody else. And speaking of the Suns, tonight, again, I think this number is going to go up. I think by the time we get tip-off, I think it could be 5.5. You can get it at -4 right now. This team, you're going to see it with my props, is an unstoppable freight train from hell, and it is coming for the Golden State Warriors, who are one of the more fraudulent teams, especially defensively. Love the Suns. Love them big tonight.
Yeah, this is a funny game because it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything for the Suns.
You know, the Warriors have lost 3 straight too.
The Warriors have lost 3 straight in pretty dramatic fashion. They've been really bad. No Steph Curry equals no good basketball.
No wins, no dubs.
Yeah. So the only thing that scares me tonight is maybe they decide to start resting, but I don't think they do because Book's been on such a tear. They're a petty team. They want to insert,
and they're a young team too. Like, why do we? Chris Paul can take his time. You might even just put Chris Paul on ice till the Western Conference Finals. But
well, also he's still coming back from the injury. You know, get him acclimated with everything and get his conditioning up a little bit. But speaking of the Suns, I got them as well. -4.5. I mean, come on. I almost took them in the first half, but I probably will regardless anyway. So if you want to just take the first half spread, you can do so. It's like 2.5. So that's what I took. But also, this is a game to live bet on. The Warriors are a team that can start hot and then just get completely shut out. So I would place this 4.5, but then I would also wait a little bit and see what happens with the money line. If it goes up, if you can get it at plus money, hammer. But speaking of first halves, I like the Nuggets, as we said tonight, -5.5 in that first half. The Nuggets are, as you said, a team that can make you a lot of money. They're pushing for Jokic to be the MVP. He just became the favorite on the DraftKings Sportsbook app last night, just above Embiid. I think he's -125. Embiid is -105. That game tips off at 4 in against the Pacers. And then we got an over in the Miami and Boston game. I think this game goes over easily. This Miami team's just a little bit falling apart in some ways. Sorry, Mike Lee, I don't think they're winning the championship. And I could see the Celtics winning big, winning like 140-100. Honestly, like this game could get out of hand. But even if it doesn't, I think this eclipses 213 pretty easily. So those are my 3 favorite picks for tonight. And then we got some props coming your way as always. Johnny, you got another one of your fun ones, huh?
Yeah, well, respectively, I'll keep it in the Suns Warriors game. And the perimeter defense for the Warriors during their losing streak has been amongst the worst in the NBA. If you look at the advanced stats, Devin Booker and and Bridges are two of the better 3-point shooters in the league. I think Devin averages just under 3 per game. So I love him to hit. So if Mikal can pick up the slack here, listen, plus 600, throw $10 on that. If it hits, great. If not, you're still in good shape, especially if you bet on the money line for Phoenix. You make your money back.
I'll do you one better. You same game parlay that with them both hitting threes and the Suns spread. If they both hit 3 threes, there's no way the Suns don't cover that 4.5. There's
and it's just like you almost feel like they want to beat the Warriors at their own game tonight in their own building. I just think that's a fun. I look for those fun kind of dynamics where the Suns can play physical underneath with Ayton and company, and then let's get into that environment tonight that you'll probably have to see in the playoffs at some point, and let's shoot lights out from 3, and those are the 2 fun ones to do it with.
For sure. I'm really excited for this game tonight. I'm really excited to see all the people at the Ainsworth. So again, make sure to come out tonight and support the PHNX Suns live show. We'll do a pregame and postgame show for it. RSVP is on our Twitter. I can also put it in the chat in a bit. But for now, 2 props for tonight. 2 gross ones, I would say. One guy I hate to bet on. The other guy I haven't bet on the show. So here we go. Why not? Kyle Lowry over 5.5 assists tonight. It's a gross number, but he's also a starting point guard in an NBA team. I'm taking the over at 5.5. I think he gets 6 or 7. I think it's gonna be a little sweaty, but I still think he gets it. And then my guy, I'm coming back to you, Karl-Anthony Towns. I said I wouldn't. After you've done me dirty 2 times in a row.
I said I wouldn't.
I said I wouldn't. I'm taking his over 25.5 points plus assists. I'm not messing with his rebounds because sometimes he just doesn't. Like, there's nothing more frustrating than betting on a big man to get rebounds, and when he doesn't get rebounds, it just, you hate them. And Karl-Anthony Towns does that. This Timberwolves game is going to be a little strange because Karl-Anthony Towns seems to dominate. Oh, he's been dominating recently, but especially against the Raptors, and the Raptors don't have crazy interior defense. So I'm expecting a lot of double teams, kickouts to like Jared Vanderbilt from 3. I think it's gonna be a little gross. So I'm taking that over 25.5 points and assists. I think he gets it done with just points, but the assists will get you there as well. I think he's been averaging like 5 a game in the past 5. So all he needs is 26 or 21 points to get to that 26 mark. Johnny, anything else before we get out of here?
It sounds gross, but what doesn't sound gross? PHNX Cardinals live today, 4 p.m. Myself, Bo Brock, talking all things Arizona Cardinal receiving core. Jamison Williams coming back from his ACL rehab, looks fantastic. Is he an option for the Arizona Cardinals? We hope so. I also want to plug Shano. I don't know if you have this graphic. The new hats for Go PHNX at the PHNX merchandise locker are literally on fire. I want to wear one everywhere I go, from church to the grocery store. Everything and anything. It's the perfect hat for the summer season, and what better company and family to do it. It's a family here at PHNX. At gophnx.com, you can become a member, get a free t-shirt if you sign up for the year. It's just under $60. You want to dip your toe in, read the work of myself, my many talented peers, 50 cents for the first month, $8.99 for the subsequent months. I am supposed to get my hat here within the next couple of weeks. I can't wait to rock it. The white one, you get a nice summer tan going. Oh, love it.
Yeah, I got one in my car right now. I forgot to go grab it to wear on the show.
Selfish.
I know. I just forgot. I was in a hurry. But as I said a couple minutes ago, the Ainsworth tonight. Be there. It's going to be a ton of fun. I believe it starts at 6 p.m. I want to say. 6 p.m. to the end of the game and the end of the post game show. I put the RSVP in the chat, so make sure to join. Come hang out. It's going to be a ton of fun if you're in the area, and if you're not, you can always just watch the stream and super chat to the Ryan House. Everything goes to a good cause.
I might come in and throw a super chat.
Yeah, you should.
I should.
It'll be a good time regardless. So come hang out with us. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We'll be back tomorrow at noon, Monday through Friday, as always, making you some money. But until then, peace, love, and PRA.